Zappa.
Zappa. Zappa. Zappa.
Zappa.
Zappa.
Hi guys, welcome again to another cracking Beer with the Brewer. We have a double limited release for you today. One is continuing on with our single hopped IPA series, and also one that is going to basically explode your mind. The Mango and Macadamia Sour, I reckon. So, Maddie, the Zappa. Interesting name, interesting colour, interesting flavours. Why don't we crack this one open and you take it away?
Thank you, Flex. Beautiful introduction once again. It's better every week.
I know, I try my best.
You forgot to mention my Revel Polo.
The
Now
polo.
a feature of the podcast.
It is.
Okay, so
Great colour
Zappa,
scheme. Great colour scheme.
as you mentioned, continuing on the single hop IPA
Yes.
train.
Mm-hmm.
Zappa is a new American hop.
Yeah.
Out of the Pacific Northwest of
Right.
America. Said that properly.
Very nice.
So Zappa, it's named after and created by the Zappa family.
Mhm.
Frank Zappa, who was a bit of a rock legend.
Yeah.
So that was sort of the inspiration. The Zappa family, I think, got in collaboration with CLS Farms. They're the hop farm that are actually responsible for growing El Dorado as well.
Okay.
So Zappa, I think it's crossbred with Neo Mexicanus, which
As we found out last.
found out. So that's a
podcast.
naturally occurring or growing hop in
Mhm.
that part of America, or New Mexico actually.
Yeah.
And then they breed it through the breeding programs with different cultivators. And this is what they come out with. So I think it's only been in Australia a year. First time I've had access to it. So pretty new one. And the flavour descriptors, just from doing sensory on the hop, are quite interesting. Described as fruity, and then described as purple. So
Purple.
I'm not sure how you actually get purple as a flavour descriptor. I think they liken it to, say, artificial grape.
Oh, right.
So if you ever eaten like a grape bubble gum or
Bubblegum?
a grape lolly, something like that.
You could say that's a slight essence
So
in there.
smelling the hop out of the bag was quite interesting. It did have that sort of artificial lolly type flavour, and quite spicy.
Yeah.
I thought.
Got that nice little, I don't know, like a little peppery kind of finish on it. It's
and then
really
using
nice.
it in the whirlpool, it reminded me actually of almost like flavoured tobacco.
Like the shisha stuff.
Yeah, similar to a shisha. So if you've ever been to parts of the world where they smoke shishas, that's sort of what it reminded me of, like grape flavoured shisha
Oh yeah.
in the whirlpool. So
Wow.
now in the actual beer, definitely fruity, and then for me it's got sort of like a spice in the background, and then certainly on the palate, on the end of the palate, it is quite spicy.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting.
So
It's a really standalone hop, isn't that?
quite unique. Like I've never really tasted anything like it, to be honest. It does remind me a little bit of some of the other hops that are bred with Neo Mexicanus, like Strata, El Dorado, and those type.
Yeah.
Where it does have that real sort of tropical fruit, but then real spice coming through. So very interesting one. I think it'd be interesting to use in combination with some of those other hops in
A couple
an
of
IPA.
other ones, get some different layers going through.
We might try it.
Mm.
It'd really come out, and that spice would come through nicely.
Yeah. I think it's a fantastic way to showcase the hops out of there that most people blend together with all the other ones to get
I
a real
think so.
true
A lot of,
flavour coming through, and understanding the hop, and then actually seeing it used in different elements through different styles of IPAs and things like that. You can actually understand the flavour profile, and then you can pick that up with other IPAs that it's used in conjunction with other
definitely.
ones as well. So I
So-
think it's a fantastic showcase of how you're presenting these hops as a single hop addition that we're doing.
So most IPAs would have at least 3 hops,
Mm.
sometimes like I don't know, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And they do sort of get lost in amongst each other. Or one will be stand out and you'll lose the others. So to do the single hop, particularly those new varieties, is very interesting. It's a really good sort of learning experience, what the hop's like. So this is maybe the 4th or 5th new hop we've done.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple more up our sleeve in the next coming months. But yeah, I like it. It's very interesting.
Very nice.
Zappa. It's got a cool name too.
Yeah,
and obviously a cool story being named after Frank Zappa.
I love the characteristics of purple. I've never heard that before. So
when I was researching the hop to be described as purple, I've never seen that in a flavor descriptor before. But and then when you actually smell it though, you do get that sort of purple. So very interesting.
Oh, Maddie, well, congratulations on another one. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Boom. We'll be throwing where you can get these delicious beers from local independents and everything like that. So run down and grab them because they are limited and you do not want to miss out on these 2 spectacular beers. So we'll finish on that note. Enjoy the rest of this and then we'll bring you the next amazing beer, the sour. All right, now this one is absolutely mind-blowing. If you want a bit of a trip down a memory lane, a bit of a nostalgic beer, I would say, especially in Queensland, this one is slightly modelled off that, but it comes out and drinks absolutely sensational and tastes pretty much exactly like what it's supposed to. So the Mango Weis Bar, as probably most Queenslanders would know, the mango, the coconutty, the creaminess, and the macadamia nut. That's the kind of style that we're going on here. And Maddie has absolutely smashed it out of the park with this one. So if you get your chance to get your hands on this one, the first sip will basically take you back to biting into that Weis Bar. So that's how much I love it. This is probably my beer of the year so far.
It's a big call.
Apart from the barrel-aged Russian Imperial. It's both on the other end of the spectrum as well. At a nice drinkable 3.5% Berliner Weiss, this one. And the Russian Imperial at 10.5. So,
good pour.
Well,
you've talked it up, so I hope it lives up to everyone's expectations.
Oh man, that's just in a glass. You take the wrapper off, bam, that's what it is. It's perfect.
So, being a Victorian, I wasn't particularly familiar with what a Mango Weis Bar was or tasted like. So I'm happy that we've managed to nail it.
He had his first Weis Bar yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
We had to show him what all the fuss was about. So, but beautifully balanced, punchy mango. You kind of got that slight lingering taste of the macadamia nut through there, and then you just get the creaminess of the whole thing put together. Slight sourness as well. Absolutely fantastic to be drinking in the sun in the Queensland summer, which is first day of spring today. It's absolutely fantastic.
Was beautiful this morning.
Definitely at the beach having a couple of these cold ones will definitely be good to reminisce on.
Yeah, so the Mango Macadamia base beer, the Berliner Weiss.
Yeah.
Similar to our Strawberry Wishes Berliner Weiss. And then we put in the fruit into the tank.
Yep.
Over 100 kilograms of mango have gone into this.
Very punchy.
1,500
Very
litres.
delicious.
So a decent chunk of mango. Kensington Pride, for anyone that knows anything about mangoes.
Very nice.
Locally grown.
Yeah.
Macadamia, and then a little bit of coconut.
And you can enjoy a couple as well at 3.5%.
Well, it's only 1 stone and drink per can, so very sessionable.
Very sessionable. Perfect for some hot summer days, especially in Queensland. Coming into summer, this is a quintessential for your fridge, guys. So have a look on the socials, Instagram, throwing stuff up on there to show where you can quickly run in and grab these from the stockists. These were canned yesterday, both of them. So they're out. Chriso, I saw him just zip past back after a big day of delivering everything. So over the next 2 days, all this will be kind of out in trade, ready to go. So once we finalise that everyone actually has it, then we'll throw those posts up to show you where you can go out and get them from. Get out there and grab them before they go, because they go like hotcakes. And no wonder why. These are bloody sensational. Bloody sensational. Just can't get enough. Every beer he ups himself, and I don't know why. I tell ya, sensational. Good work, Matty.
Cheers, mate.
Beer of the year.
Beer of the year.
Beer of
Well,
the
the
year.
year's not done yet, so got a couple more up the sleeve.
Couple more.
Couple more sours.
All right.
Couple more single hop beers.
Mhm.
So
Look forward to
we'll wait
having a look at those
we'll
ones.
Wait till the year's out before we call the beer of the year.
Maybe we can do like a beer of the year at the end of the year for Christmas time or something like that.
Good, yes. That sounds
Be
nice.
interesting, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Let's see how we go.
So yeah, stay tuned. We do have another sour coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got another single hop beer up my sleeve.
Short sleeves as well.
Very short sleeves.
Don't have much filled out with those guns, mate. Filled out with those guns.
Yeah. Nearly 37 years. Those are me guns. I'm killing it.
Yeah, nice. Des and Troy.
So I think the next one, there's actually a new Australian hop,
Oh yeah.
which similar to the new Kiwi, the Hort, is about to be named and released.
Okay.
So we might pop that out.
That'll be interesting.
Pop that
That'll
one
be good.
out. And there's a couple of other new US hops
Mhm.
we might feature before the year's out,
All right.
but we'll keep them rolling. And then sour-wise, we've got a pretty exciting one coming up, a little Gosa.
Oh yeah. Goes to good, eh?
Gosa good. So this, going into spring, perfect time for the sours.
Mhm.
Very refreshing.
Yep.
Low ABV, very drinkable.
Very
So,
Moorish. Very Moorish.
Yeah.
All right, Matty. Well, thank you very much for these sensational beers. Everyone get out and grab some so you can enjoy them yourselves, because they won't be around for long, and then you will miss out and you'll be sad. So we don't want you to be sad. We want you to be happy. So get them.
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So anyway, I think we have some questions coming up as well. So we'll get onto them very shortly. Cheers, Matty. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
All right, guys. Thank you for sending some questions through. I'll shoot these across the table to Matty, who's always a wordsmith and a wizard of everything. So, Global Craft Beer Girl shoots us one that says, "What is your favorite hop to brew with?"
Oh,
It's hard, isn't it?
it is very hard.
So many good ones out there.
Yes, particularly now we are exploring all these new and exciting hops.
Yeah.
I don't think I could name one hop that is my favorite.
Top three then.
Top three.
Top three.
One hop, which is probably the most old school flavor hop and responsible, I guess, for American Pale Ale and even IPA, is Cascade, which I still use in our Pale Ale.
Mm-hmm.
In the brown ale, in plenty of beers, I still feature Cascade.
Yep.
So that's definitely always been one of my favorites.
Okay.
Probably my favorite Australian hop would be Alla.
Yeah.
Yep. I like using that one. That features in our summer ale.
What's the kind of flavor profile of the yellow?
Alla is a little bit it's floral, a little bit spicy, and if you use enough of it, it's actually quite dank. So you can use it in IPAs and pale ales and stuff like that. So quite high alpha as well. It's about 15 alpha. So dual purpose hop.
Yeah, nice.
And then choosing a hop from sort of the main hop areas. Probably my favourite all-time Kiwi hop is Nelson Sullivan.
You do love the old Nelson.
I do love Nelson. So we recently released a beer, a black IPA featuring Nelson Sullivan.
Black ale.
India Black Ale.
Shiba.
Or, yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So Nelson Sullivan has always been one of my favourite hops. So,
Yeah, okay.
So there's one from the States, one from Australia. and one from New Zealand.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
And then probably I'll just round it out by saying my top 4.
No, I said top 3. You can't just... We'll be here all day if you start.
One from Europe. In sort of multi dark beers, I've always been a fan of East Kent Goldings.
East Kent Goldings.
Yeah, traditional English hop. So that's
Very
a good one
nice.
too.
All right, fantastic.
I hope that answers your question.
All right, thanks, Global Craft Beer Girl. At Bearded Mitch for this one, how often does a pilot brew not make it through testing, and is there often ideas that just don't work out? Well, you didn't get the wizard for no reason.
That's a good question. We don't actually have a pilot brewery here at Revel.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have an idea, we got to run with it as a minimum volume of 1,500 litres.
Yep.
So thankfully, we haven't really done many that haven't worked out, which is good.
Yeah. Maybe one-ish, 2, somewhere around there.
1 or 2, yeah. There has been some weird and wonderful ideas, but they sort of get canned before they become a brew.
It's like, how do we sell that much?
So a sales rep, for instance, throws up an idea that quickly gets put into the long paddock.
Yeah, that's it.
But I guess it sort of comes with experience. So, for example, today we're doing a single hop IPA. So the base of that beer is pretty much the same each time, and we're just changing the hop.
Yeah. So
you know the actual base beer is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to come out good. And then the hop is the new and interesting thing.
Yeah.
And the same with the sour. The actual Berliner Weiss base is the same in all the beers.
Yep.
And we're just adding a different fruit or different flavors to it. So
yeah.
I guess in that case, you don't really need a trial or pilot brew stuff. It's unless you're doing something
Doing
crazy.
some weird and wonderful kind
Yeah.
of licorice all sort
Yeah,
kind of
something like
something like that might turn out terrible.
Yeah. And I don't really have enough time to pilot brew.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We're pretty much flat strap, aren't we?
Yeah, at the moment. So maybe one day I'll get a pilot brewery and play around.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So fantastic. Thanks, Bearded Mitch. All right, last one. Andrew Tasler. There are a lot of breweries around these days. How do you differentiate your brand and be unique?
Oof. I guess I'm quite a unique individual, so that
yeah,
sort of
you
just
are.
comes naturally.
Definitely.
Branding, though, that's a hard one. That's probably for people that are a lot smarter than I am. We've spoken about our brand before.
Yeah.
We started with a brand, and we got a knock on the shoulder from the big boys.
Mm-hmm.
You probably know more than I do about this. Originally, we were called Malt Brewing.
Yeah, Malt Brewing.
And then just before we were due to open, we got a tap on the shoulder from Lion because of the malt shovel brewers thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really good about it. They said, look, this is a bit of a clash with one of our brands.
Yep.
So we quickly went back to the drawing board, had a bit of a workshop, and threw a few different ideas around. 140 different brewery names. And then we sort of whittled them down based on sort of what we wanted to do, which eventually became Revel.
It's got a little bit of sentiment behind it.
Yeah.
So the kind of the ethos of it is
revel in what we do and
revel in what you
beers,
do.
which,
So to enjoy oneself in a lively fashion whilst drinking and dancing is
which
kind
we
of
do
like
to do.
yes, all the time. So we just wanted something to have that connection with our customers and also our brand as well. So that's kind of how we facilitated coming up with Revel.
And then, I guess in terms of making the beers under the brand, we sort of try and go for beers that are fun.
Yeah,
Like the
and
Mango
so we
Weis
want
Bar
something that's full flavour, we want high quality, and we
very
want
drinkable.
drinkability as well. So sometimes we don't stick true to style. So your big West Coast IPAs are really kind of sometimes really, really bitter and all that kind of stuff. We don't like doing those types of things. We want someone to have a really punchy IPA, but it to have like a nice clean finish and still be drinkable. So our 7.5% Rebel IPA, you drink that and you just don't know that you're drinking a 7.5%. You have 3 or 4, you have no palate fatigue or anything like that. You're getting the full flavors of all the hops.
You do get a good night's sleep.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? You do. So that's the type of beers that we and Maddie loves producing. It's something that's really, really drinkable, fun. exciting with the new like single hops, and also the sours and all this type of bits and pieces. So we do try and stick to our core range as we've discussed and reviewed a couple of times. But then we like to introduce all our limited releases. We like sours, we like the dark beers, we like the single hops, all that type of bits and pieces. The Trapper sale that we did was an absolute cracker, and all that type of stuff. So new and old styles, Matty, you probably kind of say you really kind of like delving into the history of the beer industry and the beers themselves, and trying to bring something back to life, and new world style. And then also all these single hops and these fantastic kind of sours that we always do as well. So
definitely, yeah, a bit of a balance between recreating more traditional styles, and then all this new and interesting sort of funky stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing crazy like super left field or anything like that. We just like to have really nice, relatable beers that are good and drinkable, and everyone can sit down and enjoy it and not kind of...
Drinkability is key.
100%. 100%. So you don't want to have one beer, you want to have a couple. So
certainly.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. I hope that answered your question, and thank you very much for the other questions. Again, send them through across the feed, and we'll answer them week by week. But again, Matty, absolutely fantastic set of beers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Till next time. Cheers, everyone.